And there's no greater sign of respect when you know you're against someone who potentially is a better surfer than you, or potentially, if they get waves, they're going to beat you. First base does not let them get waves.
As we said, we've been waiting a long time for this rematch. It looks like it's going to play out in the opening stages, similar to that heat down there at Bells Beach last year.
Yeah, well, Zeke holding inside for the lefts, you can see that. John deciding to just get the priority sorted, get surfing early. And that's a good little wave. Although it's covered in white water, it's not really one that the judges will get too excited about.
So, he is one of the best, despite the fact he hasn't had the victory here just yet. The statistics suggest that win is just around the corner. Here goes Zeke on his first wave. Tricky float to finish that one off, with an opportunity to turn this one around. Meanwhile, Ezekiel Lau up against John Florence in heat 11. He goes down. No major scores locked in just yet. Been talking about some of the greats out here. When I was a kid, I used to love watching Tom Carroll's performances at this venue, and he's got time to turn things around up against Kai O'Belly. Meanwhile, John Florence eyeing off this backdoor wave, and he tucks in, finds some cover, looking for an exit down the line, and he finds his way through. He likes the feel of that, looks to the beach. And if John Florence likes the feel of a wave out at backdoor, there's a good chance that score is going to go pretty high. One of those ones that just kept reeling across that shallow reef.
Stalls first section falls, still in there, second section, and he flies through. So 2 sections travelled. Kelly's had the 3 or 4, was a much bigger wave, much throatier wave. So I don't see that going extremely high, but it has gone excellent, 8-point ride. So, to me, that's, I don't know, it feels a little bit high to me for what that wave was and what the potential is for this day. But given what's been happening in these last 2 heats, since Kelly and Gabrielle left the water and the energy that's been out there in the ocean, that's the type of ride that could see you win through.
Love the way that wave spat before he entered that second section. It was just such a cool view looking into the back door there. And John just makes it look so easy.
Sure does.
And you kind of don't doubt John when he takes off. Pipeline for the Billabong Pipe Masters.
Ooh, come on.
And Zeke Lau up at the moment. He's locked in a battle with John Florence. Florence has an 8-point ride. Zeke out the back though. We got one standing up. Zeke Lau utilising that priority in heat 11 and ducking into a thick one on the inside. Won't find the exit. I'm sure the floor of that one just completely dropped out on him. Anxiously trying to get back to the takeoff zone. John Florence, meanwhile, locked in an absolute bomb. He'll find his way through. Hands behind the back. He had an 8-point ride at the back door just moments ago. And he's about to put up another big score. And that would have been hard for Zeke Lau to watch. He's going to be chasing 2 big numbers now.
Stood up high, didn't make it. John on a bigger set wave, stalls down the face, gets completely tubed, comes out more or less after the spit of the wave, signifying to our judges that he was really deep. This water angle will show it on the foam ball. Oh yeah, this is going way excellent. Could be a 9-point ride, something in that range, I think.
Well, Peter Mel staring into this one. John, he did well to hang on to the finish, Pete. That foam ball was trying to knock him off.
It sure was, and you could see when he was coming and anticipating it, he braced himself and got really strong and held on, and literally he couldn't see a thing. I mean, it filled up with foam and then just blasted out like a cannon. So cool to see, and of course John Florence is going to do that, right?
Love the technique there, Barton. Utilising the control of stuffing that rail into the face of the wave, using his body for a moment there, but getting on that front foot in order not to go over the back of the foam ball at the end of that ride.
Absolutely, and the judges loved it, and rightly so. One of the best waves we've seen today. John Florence finding his groove in this heat, the rhythm, the momentum starting to build, the relationship with the wave coming back to him, and you can see he's loving it. There is that. That's about as animated and as claimy as John most probably gets right there.
Florence up again. 9.7 on his last wave. He'll make this one. Trying to improve on an 8. He might not do that, but he's just enjoying this reconnection with the wave and with the jersey on.
Here it is on the replay. Drops in. It's got a nice long driving turn. And there was that moment of time there where I thought, oh, maybe he didn't make it. But as John pretty much always does, gets that drive, holds the face of the wave, white water and lip everywhere. Both, compete and come from that place of fire, and it's really it's got that anger in it, deep.
Well, Zeke is locked in. Not sure he's going to find his way through that one. Smaller rides, you're going to have to get extremely deep. John Florence, the rhythm continues. A beautiful looking wave. Has a nice line through this one, but it gets a little ugly towards the end, this ride. Clamps up on him. The true specialist can get into these, monsters. And here we go, John again. Just finding room to move out here. Ducks in, should find his way through this one. The wave spits, he re-emerges. And again, throws the hands behind the back. So a number of incredible rides for Florence. He checks the clock, sees that there's only 3 minutes and 20 seconds to go. It feels like Ezekiel Lau's run on the championship tour is going to come to an end.
Having a ball, using that priority, sliding in, gets the drive. For a moment there, I thought he got held up inside there, but on the sides, if you're some of the other competitors in this field and you were watching this heat, you go, uh-oh, he's starting to find his competitive groove. And when he is in that groove, no one can beat him.
Another amazing look at it there from Florence. Pete Mel getting chatty with John in the lineup. 30 seconds to go here. And Florence getting some revenge on Ezekiel Lau, but Zeke still searching for a highlight moment. He ducks into the barrel. Ooh. The wave spits, and Zeke gets trapped inside this one. 15 seconds to go, and John Florence left out the back. He's got the win, and now just searching for highlights. Stalling for this wave, locked in, finding his way through, goes looking for more on the inside. What a performance. 18.5. Ezekiel Lau, his run in the event has come to an end, and that Vans Triple Crown race is getting interesting. Ethan Ewing still hanging on to that #1 position at this stage, but we know he's not in the contest, so the title's still going to be up for grabs. What an effort from the two-time world champion.